All right. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, testing the mic level. Oh yeah, it's not bad. All right, testing it now. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. And what if I talk like this? Yeah, okay. All right. Gotta just set up my mic there. Okay. We got all of our inputs run from these guys all the way down to the truck stations. Now, I guess I should run all of these. Huh. That's right, I moved all these. Hopefully get all these lined up first try. Great success, got them all. All right. Let's see. What's next? Delete these guys. Fill that hole there. I'm wondering, should I delete these white lights? Are they too bright? They're supposed to illuminate whatever's in there, but if they're too bright, then... The hell? Huh. Too far away from the roof, so the sunbeams are coming through. That's funny. I think I'll leave it for now. Gotta add some other kind of corner, though. I kind of just want this place up and running already. You're new here. What's happening? What's up? How are you? I am building the vault. It is going to be a massive storage funnel where most of my materials are going to come in here into a drone airport on the roof. And then they're all going to go down the sides here and through these catwalks into the various ports where we've got 40 different truck stations all ready to go, each one dedicated to a different material. And then that's all going to be trucked out of this entrance and the entrance on the other side. And then we're going to have out here a big road and a bunch of manufacturing facilities over here. This is garbage. I'm going to delete that. Don't worry about that. All those belts. Yes, this is the vault. I've been, feels like I've been trying to get my game to crash. Cool build, big fan of the design. Thank you, I appreciate that. I've spent a little over 100 hours on this building so far. There's a lot of blueprints going towards all these catwalks. All of this took a long time. And this is going to be a big control center up here. There's going to be all of the power switches up here, and then a bunch of different like signs with information about like inputs and stuff. And every line that's going to be coming from upstairs is eventually all these are going to be upgrades. Signs do cause lag when you use a lot of them. Yeah, I don't really have any problems with performance yet. The only problems I've had are with the blueprint bug. Like when you have like a blueprint in an area where you have a lot of builds, and sometimes it like stutters and stuff, but that's really the only problem I've had. It's crashed my game a couple times, but other than that, the performance is no problem. Like it's really smooth right now, and there's a million signs in here. But if I start trying to throw down huge blueprints, it's definitely going to stutter a lot. The reflective floors don't help either. All the reflections. I am unfortunately a console peasant. So I built all of this with no mods and a PlayStation controller. That's why all my roads are square. It is unfortunate. So subscribe and watch all my videos so I can get a PC. Here, check this out. I'll show you the last build that I've been working on. I'll show you the Forge. The fundamentally oversized resource generation engine. Welcome to the Forge. This is the laser castle here in front of us. Over here we've got the iron pillar. This is the tower of sheets. I call this here the wire spire. And that's the ingot. Is that a hypertube transport network? It is a hypertube transport network. It is a rare sight. You are right. Everybody does hypertube cannons. And I don't know. Something about the hypertube cannon, it just feels like cheesy and exploity to me. So I have this little entrance blueprint where I have it launch me into the jelly because it makes me go really fast and it kills me if I don't land in the jelly. I think it's fun. And it's cool to see the landscape as you like zoom around. But yes, this build is the last 250 hours of work, where I have a loading bay down here with 18 trucks, which take all of the smelted ingots into these different buildings. You like it? It's cool? Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. This building here has 10 truck stations on this side that are all iron, and these two over here are also iron. These 6 in the back are, 5 of them are copper and 1 is caterium. And one of them takes copper over to the aluminum building to make aluminum sheets. All of the iron goes here to the iron pillar. And then the caterium goes here. And the rest of the copper goes over there to make copper sheets. All of that building for sheets, you say? Yes, I do. Sometimes I like to hang out here and just watch all the trucks drive around. It's actually not too bad. It's a bit of a bug when you first arrive here. There's like a rendering bug where there's almost always a traffic jam, but then they'll split up. And if we look at the numbers here, I only need each one of these to move 1,200 ingots per minute. This one's max transfer rate is 16. It's limited by Mark 6 belts because I've done the math for this entire facility for Mark 6 belts, but I only have Mark 5 belts. So you can see it's doing 780, which is a full Mark 5 belt, but its max is 16 stacks, which is going to be the full. Like this one's max is 28 stacks. So they're exceeding what I need them to do. Because it's a fairly short route and they have a really large capacity. I could actually probably have less trucks. Yeah, and the rocket fuel is the rocket fuel. Actually, I started the rocket fuel for my drone network because I have 78 drone ports. But yeah, the rocket fuel is so efficient. I'm making 150 per minute, and I'm sinking almost all of it. And like I said, I have 78, or I have 79 drone ports now. This facility alone, there is, I want to say, there's 28 for this building, and then there's 5 here. Those 2 and the 4 below and the 2 over there is like 8, or no, there's 5 below, so that's 9. Double that is 18, plus these is 23. 23 plus 28 is 51. There's 51 drone ports in this facility alone. Because all of the input drones have a pair. So all of the miners are like that. Even out there, that's coal. Over there is iron and copper. Over there on the other side where my cursor is silica. Or, sorry, raw quartz. More coal, and that's bauxite. And then a lot of the materials for this place are really close by. Like these two miners are bauxite, and there's another bauxite node right there. Ah, the power. I wanted to show you my power. That's my favorite part of this place, is how my power is running. I will show you. So, if we come over here near this geothermal, those geothermal nodes, this here, and how many megawatts? Ah, yes, I will explain that also. This is the only input into the entire facility, this wire right here. And if we follow that inside, which will show you my power array. This is my little power room for this building, the laser factory, and there's trim missing on top, I just noticed. So this is where my power comes in. Yeah, sorry, I just confused myself. It's been a while since I looked at it. Power comes in right here, and then it goes over towards the control room over there, which I'll show you in a second. And then it comes back on this line, and then it goes in here. Here, let me, oh, my flashlight goes away when I do that. You can see the power array there, where this is, the power in is there. And then these are all the different outputs coming out of this power room, which is lights, the loading bay, the miners that are in the basement, all of the pumps for the water, which is 56 pumps pumping all the water to the roof, because every refinery is doing the pure iron recipes, so they all take water. It's 8,000 water going into this place. This switch is the drone ports that are receiving ore in the laser castle, and this is the two drone ports that are by the hypertube that bring fuel. One brings fuel for all the drones, and one brings fuel for all the trucks. And this is the main power. And then this is what my power room looks like for the laser castle, where we have, like I said, loading bay, miners, the lights, pumps, ports, all that. And the lights are, of course, on a switch and everything. And so the main power comes over this way, and it follows this power array, and it goes up here and over here, where some of this is going forward and some of it is coming back from the main control center. And then there's 3 lines going into the wall down right there, and then those lines go to the rest of those buildings. But this power array here, if you like clean power, look at this. Ooh. Those all go into the roof there. And then I built this control center right here, which is going to be the control center for the entire facility. And here we have the, again, the power array going up in there. And it all comes to this main switch, where you can see here, this is a 40 gigabyte switch for this facility. 41. Oh, I gotta change that. 41 gigabytes. I keep saying gigabytes, gigawatts. 41 gigabytes. 41 gigawatts. I just bought a memory stick, so I got gigabytes on the mind. That's funny. And then I have everything here separated into different switches too. Yo, future billionaire, what's up, dude? I'm just going over my power array here in the forge. So this here's the main switch, 41 gigabytes on that one, and then this is all the satellite miners that I showed you, like out there. 72 gigawatts. Where's the power plant? I'll show you. I'll show you that in a moment. Then the wire spires is 0.8 gigs. The tower of sheets is 1.5. The iron pillars 4 gig switch. Laser castle, which does all the smelting, is 25 gigs on this bad boy. And this last switch here is the ingot. Actually, I didn't rename this one. It's supposed to be named the ingot. Yep, that's her. I'm gonna move all those switches down here though, into this like area because it feels like more of like a power area. And then up here is gonna be a control center with like a bunch of signs with like the facility information and outputs and inputs. And then I think on this wall I'm gonna do like a map of the facility out of signs and stuff. It's gonna be totally sweet. I will show you the power plant. But let's run through here real quick. Let's run through. I want to show you the inside, the smelting floors, because I made them fancy. What is up with you, future billionaires? How are you doing, dude? Yes, turbo fuel power plant. You are right. I'm making heavy oil residue, like the alternate recipe, and then what am I making? I think heavy turbo fuel. I think I'd have to check. This is the iron floor, where you can ignore the yellow lights because it's all mathed out for like Mark 6 belts. Where am I from? I am from Canada. I live in Canada. I currently am residing here in Canada. Yeah, this floor has 88 overclocked refineries doing the pure iron. It's a little choked because of belts, but that's okay. You're from Pakistan. Okay, cool. Nice. Good to see you in the stream, brother. Thanks for joining in. Welcome in. But yeah, this is going to make 13,000 iron ingots, 6,000 copper, and 1,200 caterium when I get Mark 6 belts in here. You're from the US? Nice. Yeah, if we go up, there's 88 iron refineries, there's 64 copper, and then there is, I think there's 40 caterium refineries. Yeah, this baby's pumping out some numbers. I will say though, my power plant is, it doesn't look as cool as this place or the vault. My power plant is, it's lame. It's just a flat. Respect for using turbo heavy fuel. Default recipe has funky numbers. Oh, well, you should be impressed because I'm pretty sure it's all at 100% efficiency. This is my aluminum building, where some of my lights are not working. Did I clap this light off? There we go. Oh. There we go. Oh, man, another one. What the hell? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, please only do this one. Yeah, yes, you can. Somebody showed me it the other day. That's why those are off, because I was testing it. You have to be close to them, though. Isn't that cool? I was really tripping out because I was like, why is there dark spots on my floor? I spent so long hanging all these lights. You joined my Discord? Awesome, dude. Thank you. That's sweet. It's very new. There's not much going on yet. I just posted a bunch of pictures so that you can see all of my progress throughout my build. And then I'm going to be posting more and more in there, hopefully, as the community grows. That's hilarious. I know, right? The clappers are so cool. Yeah, here I'm going to be recycling the water as well for my aluminum, where these are all making alumina solution pumped into these guys, and then the water comes over here and recycles back in. And then again, I've got nice power room here where I've got all the switches going to all the different things, the main power for the building. This is the machines, the drone ports, the loading bay, and the pumps, and then the lights. I love being able to control all the power individually, even if I don't use it often. Oh, actually, you should check this out. You should see the logistics floors for this place they're big. They look better in the daytime, though. That's true. It's definitely a thing. It's definitely better in the daytime. Blue chat app that YouTube doesn't let me say the name of? Where? What? 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 I'm so confused. Are you talking about the app formerly known as Twitter? Or Facebook? Oh, Discord. It doesn't let you say? What do you mean? That's weird. Yeah, this is all the logistics for the aluminum. The message just disappears. That's so weird because the other guy, Future Billionaires, just said Discord. That's so weird. Yeah, this place is the logistics floor for all the main production. We got some miners in the basement over here. The link for the Discord, it is on my YouTube channel main page in the description. There's a link. I don't actually know if the link works, but you can copy paste it. I'm a total noob when it comes to this stuff. The link works? Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, I was going to show you this, where's the buttons? You found it? Awesome. And then this is my, logistics floor for the production floor, where we're making all of the finished products, where the aluminum comes up, and then we're making fluid tanks, sheets, casings. Yeah, no worries, brother, no worries. And my aluminum comes up here and goes into this balancer, because right now the facility is kind of like it's really wonky because I don't have Mark 6 belts, and I planned it all for Mark 6 belts. So this is just kind of balancing so that I get enough of every product. And you kind of see this here is the production floor. It's very empty because I have a lot of room to expand if I need to. And then this is one of my favorite floors, where you can see the outputs. And then this all goes up to the drone ports, and that's where the pumps pump up to the roof. This, I think, is the coolest building. Well, maybe the laser castle is cooler. This is the newest building anyway. These buildings are pretty nice on the inside, but I don't think they're quite as nice as this one. Yeah, all of these miners, like all these ones that you see on these exterior things that are feeding the facility with drones, all of those are on that satellite miner switch, so I could turn all of those off with one switch too if I want. Not that I would ever do that. And it's all set up on priority power too, so certain things will turn off first. Anyway, let's go to the turbo fuel power plant. I need to add a couple more boosters on that line. It's a little slow. This here is my turbo fuel power plant. And that's my power bank, which is a little bit excessive, but I love it. So, let's go over here. We've got these oil extractors, these three. Oh, you like it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Podcast, what's up with you? We're just giving a little tour, showing some stuff. I'm showing the turbo fuel power plant right now. You came just in time. I'm just kind of about to go over what's happening here. I just saw a power slug over there too. And there's the vault, by the way. The vault is right here on this ledge overlooking the turbo fuel power plant. So above that is going to be the Hive airport. Yeah, I definitely could use a bit of decorating. It doesn't look as nice as the vault on the inside, for sure, for sure. Hey, what's up? Oh, my YouTube's lagging. What's up, Payback Guy? How are you doing? AFK. But yeah, here we are. Does he mean he's AFK? Well, that's too bad, because I was just gonna explain this to him. I do have to get a drink of water, so I'll be right back in 1 second, guys. It'll just take me a sec. All right. So, where was I? Right at the beginning. That's where I was. It's 8:30 a.m. there. Okay, nice. It's 9:27 p.m. where I am. So we're almost 12 hours apart. Well, we're a little more than 12 hours apart. Well, shoot. Let's hold up a second. I want to wait for Buddy to get back so I don't explain all that. And then have him come back right after. I'll show you guys the inside of the vault real quick. I go to college? No, I do not go to college. I am 33. I'm just working. Working and trying to make YouTube videos and stuff, you know? I should have went to college, maybe. This is the vault. This is where the magic is gonna happen. This is where all of the stuff is gonna come in. You're 15, bro? That's cool, bro. No worries, man. This is where all the magic's gonna happen. There's gonna be a bunch of drone ports up on the roof, and it's gonna input into all of these sync storage arrays. And then it's gonna come down here into these viewing ports where there's singles on the ends and then doubles over here, so you can see every material coming down, and there's going to be 40 different materials, and all of those are going to go into these catwalks, and then down to the truck ports also, the truck stations. I'm playing on PlayStation 5. I have no PC. Hey, Paul. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, it looks nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would like to get a nice PC and play on PC so I can use mods and stuff like that. But, here where we're at right now. Hopefully, by the time I beat this game, I can get a PC or something, and then on my next playthrough, I can do a PC run or something. We'll see. You play GTA 5? That's cool. I play GTA 5 sometimes. Not very much recently, but I'm probably going to play GTA 6 when it comes out. Play on your laptop? Okay, cool. Oh, so that's you that was posting the GTA stuff. Okay. Yeah, your CPU is cranked. Well, I wonder if Guidely is coming back. It's okay, we gotta do some work here anyway. We gotta think about what we're gonna do next. I need some kind of blueprint to get this kind of closed off in these corners. Fit Girl Repack. I don't know what that is. Fit Girl Repack. Or is that like the type of software you're running or something? Got to go. Alright, man, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again in the next one. Have a good one, dude. Take care. Alright, where were we? Building, building, building. We did all these ports. All of those inputs. Fit Girl Repack is a website where you can download crack games for free. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. That's cool. Well, I kind of want to start designing the hive. And I want to get this place active before I do more decorating because it's like all the guts are connected. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll paint these roads. I kind of want to paint these roads. What do you say we paint some roads? These are going to be Full factory zones. Painting, 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 painting. Boy, that customized filter sure is handy. Oh, the heck? Oh, more red ones. Weird. Yes, this place is going to be very safe once it's all done. It's going to be very safe. You're going to know exactly where not to step. More red ones, what the heck? Oh, dang it. So much painting. I'm a regular line painter. Is that all the red ones? I kind of want to make this row paths and then do a bunch of crosswalks and stuff. let's see. What do we want to do? Oh, actually, this needs a line. I hate the patterns in this game. Like, why can't I stack patterns? Arrows or line, can't have both.
Oh, that drives me nuts, actually. I think I want to delete this because I want them to use the exit instead of going forward and blocking other trucks. But I think they'll still zigzag their way up. What they need is priority path, so that your truck will take the priority path if there's two options. There, that should be better, hopefully. And then I shouldn't have one truck that just drives straight through all the other trucks to get out. We should go over. I don't know if that's better or not, but... Oh, you're back. Good to see you back. Maybe I should actually wrap the input around and input these all from this side and run them over that way and exit over there. Had to do the dishes? Hey, no worries, brother. I understand. I completely understand. I held off on the little run through of the power plant until you came back. Just messing with my paths. Well, now that you're back, let's go have a look at the power plant. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's literally zero decoration on this place. The only thing it looks nice is the pipes. But yeah, so we're running crude oil into these 16 overclocked refineries. And you can see these are all running at, oh, wait a sec. That one's at 93% for some reason. All the rest of them are at 100 though, so. One of 16 at 93% is pretty good if you ask me. Because if we check these, I bet these are all full. Oh. Rare. The hell? Usually those are full, but I haven't checked this really in a while. I think we're good though, because these are the refineries that really matter. Oh, that's one at 96. These 20... Oh, and that one's at 98. Oh, that one just hit 100. One at 96 and one at 98 out of 20. That is even better than those, actually, so... But yeah, the heavy oil residue runs over into these buffers through these pipes. And, like, the two side pipes are full pipes, and then the middle pipe is the overflow. And then it runs into these pipes, and then some of it goes over here to make smokeless powder. And all of this production over here makes cluster nobelisks and turbo rifle ammo. And so yeah, these 20 refineries make, like, I think it's 1,016 turbo fuel per minute, which comes over here into these buffers and feeds these power fuel generators. And all of these are fully overclocked as well. And this is not all of my power. This is my second power plant. I can show you my first one too if you want. It's pretty nice. But yeah, I take a small bit of the turbo fuel to make rocket fuel. And my 79 drones and my 18 trucks are powered by 150 rocket fuel a minute. And you can see I've got 20,000 rocket fuel to spare, and I'm sinking 150 per minute. I'm barely using any of the rocket fuel that I make because a lot of my drones are just hanging out. And then this line here packages, I think like yeah, 1 turbo fuel per minute, and that comes all the way over here. To be made into rifle ammo.
Maybe you could use the rocket fuel as a backup power system with some valves.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking like I need a better overflow. I was looking at people doing priority mergers and stuff and priority like overflow, but I'm not really sure how that would work with rocket fuel because it's a gas. I would need to have something. If they had some kind of smart valve or something like that, close one valve, open the other one. Yeah, I suppose, but then I would have to remember that that's open, and if I forget, then my supplies will drain. I mean, like if there was something automatic, I would need it to be automatic because I lose myself in building, and I'll build for like 10 or 20 hours, and this drone system that I have is self-sufficient. All of the rocket fuel like fuels the drones, and the drones also distribute the rocket fuel to the drones. So if they start running out, it's like a chain reaction where I have to go around to all the drone ports and fill them all by hand. And like I said, there's 79 of them, so I don't want to do that because they're around the map. Only for an emergency system. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessary. I'm on the verge of making a new power plant. And you can see my power is very stable. It hardly fluctuates at all. Really the only fluctuations in my capacity are from the geothermal generators. And almost all of... I don't have nuclear power yet. I don't have nuclear power yet. I haven't even touched nuclear. I haven't even started with like phase 5 stuff. I've made like, you know, all the supercomputers and all that stuff, but I haven't started on the project parts or anything. This is the beginning of my production facility that's going to be making basically everything in the game at this point. But I have like my whole world pretty much, like everything that's big and drawing a lot of power is all on priority power switches. Like this turbo fuel refinery is obviously priority 1. So that if everything else does go down, this guy is going to stay up. I wonder if it matters if it's at the top of the list. Because I want it to be at the top of the list. I'm in World of Fun or Pain. Oh, with nuclear power? Yeah. I'm excited to try it. I am. There, I think that's the right order.
Because I need nitrogen packaging and compact coal for my power. Although I don't actually know if this is doing anything. Change around the order of the priority group. It works anyway. When I first switched over my entire drone system to rocket fuel, there was like a couple hiccups, obviously. And at one point I was building and not paying attention, and my shit ran out because one of my drones that was distributing fuel was out of fuel. And so everything turned off, but because I had a power bank, I didn't have a power bank that was this big, but I did have one, so I didn't actually lose everything because I had the priority switches and the power bank, so that helps a lot. But now I have a power bank that's 40 megawatts or 40 gigawatts. So that's almost an hour of power at my current consumption. And these drones bring coal and steel pipes and copper sheets and aluminum casings for all of this weaponry.
I have unlimited, what is it? Cluster obelisks. I got like 2,000 over there. 20,000 turbo rifle ammo. The only thing I really haven't automated is filters. I need to automate filters. You don't use priority switches that much personally, only when you have a factory or phase 5 machine. Uses a ton of power, so we'll automatically kill the whole thing if something goes wrong. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I definitely had, when I started using them, I definitely put way too many down. And then I was like, okay, not every switch needs to be priority power, so I turned off a bunch of them. Other than that, it's a manual switch. Yeah, I feel you. Whoops. I am playing on console. Cheese boy, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. I am a console peasant. Just posted your power plant in the Discord. Have a look. I will have a look. I will. Just let me finish doing these arrows. And I will have a look. It's going good. You're actually playing right now. Oh, nice. What are you working on, Cheese Boy? Diluted fuel power plant. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that looks really clean. Making a lot of diluted fuel in those blenders. Making the heavy modular frames in the desert. Nice. Dang, you got 10 boosters? I only have 5, or I only have 3 boosters. I can't show it on stream because I'm streaming from my PlayStation. So that's unfortunately not an option. I would show it on stream. I'll tell everyone else to go look in the Discord though. I'll say that on stream. Go look at your picture in the Discord. Yeah, sorry, brother. I will give you the shout out though, you know. Go tell everybody to go look at it. It is cool. If you go to my YouTube channel, you go to the description. The link to the Discord is in the description. Yeah, 10 augmenters for double the output. Yeah, that's huge. I think I only have 3. They're giving me like 15,000, I think. Downsides, you only have like 5 sloops. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I should probably go get some more sloops because I could probably get a pretty good boost. I haven't gone around and found very many. In the whole world, yeah. I figured you've done some searching because I've run around and picked up a few sloops and I've only got like I said, only 3 of those. And I haven't hardly used any sloops in production. Blenders are at 200% clock speed. Nice. Yeah, it feels good to get a bunch of stuff that's just like super overclocked and just pumping out those resources. Big power, oh yeah.
What am I doing? Arrows. Arrows and lines. Good? I couldn't say whether they're good or not. They look cool. To me, this game is like every system that you can set up is like self-sufficient in a way, or it can be. So it's like whatever system you decide to build is as good as any other one because in the end it's going to be self-sufficient. So like on one hand, like no, vehicles aren't good in my opinion because you have to fuel them and like it's a whole production chain to fuel them. It's way easier to just hook up a train to power, right? But on the other hand, in this game, the satisfaction, in my opinion, comes from complexity, from like taking on something complex and making it nice and neat and good and work good. So like the bigger the complexity, the more satisfaction. So I feel like taking on bigger projects and using more vehicles that I don't have to for no reason is really satisfying. And it also should look really cool when this huge facility has a ton of trucks coming in and out of it, and they're going down this big main road, and then I have all these other segmented facilities going like along the road that are going to be building all of my other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Trains are good because tracks transfer power. I think honestly trains are probably the best because I think they have the highest capacity. They're probably the most regular and like you don't have to fuel them. But in my world, that's another thing, right? Is like if you want trains, you have to build a train track that's like a big ass train track, right? So that's another thing. I like to use drones for all my cross map stuff. Like if we look at my map, let me hide these resources. So I've got like over here I have a battery plant and like a nitrogen packing facility, which is drones going from here to here. This is my power plant, my initial one. That's drones bringing stuff over to here. The forage is over here in the swamp. There's drones bringing everything from the surrounding area to it. Like this whole swamp. And then the vault is over here and the turbo fuel power plant is here. And there's drones bringing stuff from down here, my compact coal. And then my main base also. So like anywhere that's really far, I've used drones because I didn't want to build a huge road or a huge train track. So in my opinion, on one hand, like it depends on what you like, right? Like, yeah, it might be more work to get all the stuff set up to do fuel. Like I built a whole battery plant that does 250 batteries per minute, and it's like massive, right? But I don't hardly use it because the rocket fuel makes drones actually move faster. So I was like, well, this is obsolete now, but I still built it. But point is, drones. Drones everything. It's like, what do you want to build, you know? I chose to build a battery plant rather than a train track. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the only way one is better than the other is because of your own preference. You know what I mean? To give you the most long-winded answer possible. I hope that answers your question. Other than the fluid train car. Yeah, the fluid train car is horrible. Yeah, I've heard that, and I saw a video too about the developer like saying the reasons like why the fluid trained car is bad, and he like you can tell that the way he says it, he feels like it's dumb, and he's right, it is dumb. He said he says that it's bad essentially because they wanted to make the packager more relevant. And they were like, "Oh, if the fluid train car was good, then people would never use the packager." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it just sounds so silly to me. Fluid trucks? Yeah, I wanted to try some fluid trucks in the forge for like the water bringing aluminum, or like maybe to take the output, like the water outputs from the aluminum and send them over to like uh what do you call it? Like a concrete facility for wet concrete or something. And then I was like, I just can't justify not having a pipeline. I don't see how fluid trucks could ever beat a pipeline unless you're like trying to move some fluid like to a factory super far away and you don't want to build a massive pipeline. You just rather have trucks drive. I could see that. Do you guys use fluid trucks in your playthroughs? What do you use them for? I would love to have like a display on the trucks, like so that not a display, but like visible cargo. Like I would use the packager so much more if I had visible cargo. Like I would love to have just a bunch of barrels of heavy oil residue just being trucked across the map. I don't care where it goes or how far. I just want to see the trucks full of the barrels of heavy oil residue or like crude oil. I think that would be cool. I see like nobody uses that stuff. I never see it getting packaged. Use drones for canister loops, nitrogen gas. Yeah, the recycling canisters is really nice. I have a nice recycle setup too where my canisters get taken over to the nitrogen packing and then they come back and they get unloaded into my main production area to make like cooling systems and fuse modular frames and all that kind of thing. And then the empty canisters get taken over to make nitric acid, and some of them just recycle into the storage. And there's also drones picking up from the storage, taking over to the rocket fuel packaging. So some of the canisters go through like a lifetime of like nitrogen and then nitric acid and then rocket fuel, which I think is pretty cool. I know some people complain about like the fuel like eating the canisters because you can recycle them on like every other step except for fueling something. But I think getting like 3 different packages out of it already, out of one canister, is pretty good. I'm gonna have a great time with the 4th space elevator part. Oh, is that the nuclear pasta? Oh, come on, just go on the edge. Just go on the edge. Why do you say that? Why do you say I'm gonna have a great time with it? Oh, that was the closest I could go. But now it won't even let me do that. That's funny. Okay, what's going on here? What do you mean vehicle collides with terrain? Ah, that's not much better than it just was. I guess that'll be fine. Maybe I should pull this one back a little bit. Oh no, I can't. That's right. If you fully overclock and sloop the machine for it, it uses from 6,000 to 20,000 megawatts per machine. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, my upcoming build, which I'm gonna have to build before like all of this kind of comes online, it is going to be a rocket fuel power plant. I have it all planned out in Satisfactory Modeler. It's going to be part rocket fuel power plant, and it's going to be part plastic and rubber plant, and it's going to make also my fabric and some other stuff as well. Wonder if I should just... Machine has variable power consumption, wraps up over time as it produces items. Which machine is that? Is that the particle... Particle whatchamacallit? Particle accelerator, yeah. I think it would look even dumber if I did that. There, that's better. Follows the road a little better now. You actually got the mug from Lizard Doggo shop and it's sitting on your desk. A little overpriced though. Nice. Yeah, I saw that there is a real mug you can buy. That's cool. How much was it, if you don't mind me asking? Spent $80 on 2 plushies from Hot Topic. Hey, whatever you like, right? Like 30 Canadian. I mean, that makes sense for a piece of like, it's definitely overpriced for a mug, but for a piece of game merch, not too bad. 21 USD. I'm also Canadian, so thank you for converting it though. Okay, I think all the lines are done and all the arrows. Do I paint? 80 USD is what you spent on plushies? Okay. That is a lot. That's a lot then, because that's like, that's over $100 Canadian for sure. I don't know how it works out. Yeah, me neither. It always changes. Not a lot, but you know what I mean. That's okay. It's like, it's more. It's probably like 120 bucks or something. Okay, that's all the lines. Do I want to add some symbols? It's tiny in your hand, but on a table or for something, it looks a lot bigger for some reason. It's an awesome decoration. Oh, okay. It looks big, but it's like thick or something, so that it fits like not very much liquid. That sucks. Plus, it's not microwave safe. Oh, dang. 113.66 Canadian. Okay, 120 bucks was not a bad guess then. Not bad. Well, I think I want to put a little truck here on all of these. Because that's where the truck goes. The truck goes right there. Whoops. Oh, wait a sec. I'm doing the bottom one. Uh... $600 Canadian. The build gun looks awesome, but yeah, no kidding. I wouldn't pay $600 either. I didn't even know that was an option. $600? Like, does it work? It better work for $600. Better be a working friggin' build gun, dude. That's actually crazy. There's a light. Ooh. $600 light. Cool. It better be like a 1 billion candle power spotlight. Like however many lumens, however you measure lights. Those are the plushies. Nice. Is that like Hot Topics brand or is that some other brand? Those are cool. Do I make the arrows yellow or white? Maybe I make the arrows white and I leave the trucks red. What do you guys think about that? They're from another brand. Oh, okay. There's a titanium sword from Valheim for 1100 USD, so way more in Canadian. Yeah, that's crazy. Titanium sword from Valheim? That's nuts. I played a lot of Valheim. Valheim is cool. If you guys like Valheim, when Valheim drops 1.0, I'm going to be playing on a server with a bunch of my friends where we're already like pretty far in the game. And I'm going to be streaming it, so if you like Valheim, stick around for that. I think that's in September, so a little ways from now. I have some pretty cool builds in Valheim too. Not on the level of anything in Satisfactory that I've built, but pretty cool. It's a sloop. Is that that's the Valheim sword and it's got a sloop in it? That's so funny. 1800 Canadian. Holy. Got to go. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Thanks for watching the stream. See you around. Close up of the pipe work. Ooh. I do like some clean pipes. That does look good. I like that. It does look pretty complicated. I'm excited to do all the pipes in my new rocket fuel power plant because I don't know what it is in this game. It's just so satisfying building anything that has a lot of pipes. Took forever to troubleshoot all that. Yeah, I believe it, man. With the way that pipes bug in this game, it is kind of a pain.
I definitely yelled at my pipes going into my laser castle. Trying to get all that sorted out. And then something happened when I was at my battery plant where like one of the pipes wasn't working. I think I know what the problem is now, but it's not doing anything, so I have it turned off. Or I think it's sinking batteries right now, but I don't need them, so. I like that with the red truck symbols. Oh, I want to do some kind of pillar. Maybe I don't even need to be honest. Let's build some roads. Let's build some roads. We're getting more Discord posts. Oh, more pics. Dang, that's a lot of nitric acid. Is that for your new rocket fuel plant? It's gonna be hefty. I think I need to start deleting this. This very big rocket fuel plant. 1,000 gens. Dang, bro, that's huge. Mine's only gonna have like 400 or something. I spent so long building this and it's just garbage. This was supposed to do what the vault is gonna do. But not nearly as good. And a lot of this is not blueprints. Luckily some of it is, but I wish more of it was. Like, this is so many belts. It's so many belts. I built this before I built the forge and before I built the vault and everything. It's so excessive. It's so ridiculous. There was going to be a big airport over there and everything was going to come through belts through here, through this storage. And it's just way too much. Thank goodness for the dismantle filters, though. Yeah, and blueprint dismantle for real. My entire first builds, I like didn't build with blueprints, and then like replacing them, like I had a big ass building and I deleted it all just by hand. It was a lot of work. And then I discovered blueprint dismantle, and I was like, oh my god, everything has to be blueprints. Oh, I cannot play early access games. I can't stand it. It's like either one of two things happens. The game sucks, and for like you could break that into several subcategories too for like whatever reasons. Like it sucks because it's unfinished, or it sucks because it's unoptimized, or whatever. Or the other thing, which is the game is awesome, and then I really want to play it, but it's early access, and so it's not the whole game. So I just can't stand that anymore. I've played too many games where it's like early access, and it just ends up being annoying. Even this game like went into early access in like 2019, which is like 7 years ago, and I've been waiting a long time to play it. And there's still a ton of bugs and stuff like with pipes, and the trucks like just got an update where they're viable, and like nobody ever uses trucks. And I couldn't imagine playing this game years ago. I get angry enough at the truck bugs that still exist. Like at the forge, I have a bunch of stupid random paths added in for more junctions, because if the pathways are too long uninterrupted by a junction, the truck thinks that there's another truck like right in front of it, and they'll all drive like 8 kilometers an hour. It's insane. It's maddening. So I built like all of these little paths. Yeah, I wanna like when I do a new playthrough, I'm gonna do like a industrial playthrough with like not like a lot of pretty stuff, but like really compact blueprints and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be making use of like trucks in early game and factory carts and stuff. I didn't use trucks in any of the like early game. I have no trucks until the forge. Really, none of the trucks are actually doing anything for me except for the one truck that's taking copper to the aluminum building. So I'm using that aluminum. I'm not using any of the other stuff from the forge because it has nowhere to go. It all has to come here. But I haven't finished building. I could probably cram some like machines on top of my current manufacturing facility at my main base, but I don't want to. This has actually been going faster than I thought it would, deleting all this. It's not too bad. My main base is super compact and like it's already so bloated that if I add anything else in there, it's just going to be impossible to know what's going on. It's also been so long since I did anything there too. I forget all the numbers and stuff, and I did not organize it well. It's all just like belts with a ton of resources, and then I just overflow them onto other stuff. And I remembered all the numbers at one point, but not anymore. A rocket fuel plant will make 910,000 megawatts. Jesus. You need 3,640 fuel gens without overclocking. Brother. You're gonna crash your computer. How are you gonna run all that? That's crazy. You got a supercomputer or what? That is insane. I felt insane building the inside of the vault. When I was building all those catwalks, there was a couple times where like that blueprint bug like did crash my game. Like I streamed 2 times earlier today and my game crashed both times I was streaming. Because just the amount of blueprints I was spamming down in there was just bugging out the game. You have a supercomputer? Nice. I need one of those. Sure wouldn't mind a supercomputer myself. Alright, is there... Oh, there it is, a dismantle crate. Bet this dismantle crate is all aluminum sheets. What? Is it on this wall? It's under the ground. Huh! Of course it's there. Cool building design. Do I have any tips for building? Well, how I like to build is kind of like modular. So like I like to build like a bunch of different blueprints. And then I just build my building out of blueprints. You look, this is a corner piece, this is the wall piece, this is my stub piece. And then I've got these pieces in between, this floor.
the strip stub, and in that kind of sense, this is a building from the Forge, one of the Caterium buildings, the Caterium building corner. But like all of my buildings are just like a bunch of blueprints. Like, that's a bad example. That's a skirting, or that's a wall from my aluminum building. And then I like to do these double walls where I have the inside kind of decorated. And then I have power running in 2 channels, where this is like a lower channel for machines, and then this is an upper channel for lights. That was the plan, but it never actually worked out, me doing that. It just kind of worked out as all one connected system. But my advice is just kind of start small. Like how I usually do it is I throw down a blueprint designer. How I did the vault was I just like grabbed some walls and I was like, you know, something like that. And I would throw like a couple of these. And then something like that. And then real quick you have kind of a basic shape, right? And then I would take some signs and put some signs on it. And then some, you know, add some trim and stuff like that. And then, you know, some trim of different sizes on the corners to give it like a little bit of structure seemingly. And then, yeah, I just kind of go like that. And then I'll take a bunch of these pieces and I'll throw them down and see how they look together, or then maybe add a couple things here and there. You have the Mark III blueprint maker, 6x6. Nice. That would be nice. I would like that. I'm just using my peasant blueprint maker over here. These are all the blueprints I used on the very top. Four manufacturers, that's hefty. Eight manufacturers. Oh. That's crazy. Eight manufacturers is insane. If you go vertical, okay. Speaking of going vertical, I'm gonna put that hypertube entrance up here. I really should update my hypertube entry point. I want to fix it so you come straight down into the jelly. Not today, though. Soon. You're gonna go hop on Satisfactory, get some screenshots of your other builds. Alright, cool, man. Sounds good. While watching, alright, dope. That's cool, hell yeah. Oh, that is such a sharp angle. Why would I ever want to do that? Why? Why does it do that? That's so silly. Oh no, I want that going straight down. Just gonna need some boosters to go straight up there. And not slow down too much. We're curve building. Why are you making that shape? Apparently Noodle knows how to curve better than Curve. You know what? Let's make it pillar. We'll just put a pillar right here. Oh no. Oh no. Let me on. Of course that mushroom's right in the way. Noodle works in most situations where curve auto 2D. Yeah. Usually I find curve is the best for the hypertube because I don't want to destroy too much of the environment. I guess I could go get my chainsaw and cut it down. I probably will go do that. I don't have my chainsaw on me. I only have clustered obelisks. I want to leave as much of the trees as possible. I already clear cut a lot over there that I kind of regret. But yeah, I find curve is usually pretty good because it gives you like nice wide curves so that you don't slow down too much. You keep your speed in the hypertube. Like noodle is good usually for pipes and like stuff. You're right. But I find curve is best for hypertube speed. Why would you change directions like that? Why would you do that? There, that ain't bad. But now I actually need to run power in here. There is power going all the way up to the roof through all those lines. Or does it go to the roof? Oh yeah, it does. Not what I meant to do. Testing. Let's get some speed. We'll go do a loop, go around past the forge and come back. need another booster on that start. That's a little slow. That is my first fuel plant. Oh, we're getting some speed. It's gone. This section of the tube is a little faster. Well, all the way back around. We'll see if we can catch the exit. We'll see if I can hit the button in time. I'm going a little fast. Got it. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Let's add one more. Nice use of the jelly pad. Yeah, it's necessary, man. It is necessary. I will splatter myself without the jelly. Let's test how this goes up there. It's tricky trying to balance all of the speeds for the different, like, tubes going different ways. Oh, that was pretty fast. That was perfect. Oh, you can see the forge from here. Oh, sick. Hell yeah. Oh, that's cool. I gotta fix all that clipping. That's gonna drive me nuts. Send a pics of your plastic factory. Okay, alright. Recycled plastic factory / small fuel power plant. Nice. Since we're talking about plastic and fuel power plants and stuff, let's go look at mine. I guess I'll show you this one part that I didn't point out here, which is also that this power plant makes a bunch of fuel. He would be putting out more than 148 per minute, but I don't use very much, so all my shit's full. How much am I getting here? Oh, I'm sinking a lot. And I'm making more plastic and rubber at my other place too. So this was my first power plant that I built. Where I've got, I think this is, what would it, 17? Yeah, 17 refineries, all making fuel. I didn't have any alternate recipes at this time. This was like right when I unlocked everything. These all make fuel, and then the polymer resin goes over here into this balancer. It's nice to look at. And then that makes plastic on this side and rubber on that side. I think it's only making 120 per minute of each, but it's a lot more than I need, as you can see. And then, yeah, we fill these fluid buffers and all those generators, and then my power dudes there. And up there is my compact coal facility. That's where I make 1,200 compact coal per minute for my turbo fuel power plant, and then fly it in with drones. And these three, I had turbo fuel being made here originally. This was where my first packaged turbo fuel was for my jetpack. But I since abandoned it because I don't need it anymore. And although I should have used that turbo fuel to power generators, but
I needed the cold node, so it's fine.
I did have a train running through here, going over there towards my main base. My one and only train. And then I was like, screw trains, I want drones. I don't know why that hatch was open there, that was weird. Yeah, these are all overclocked by 50%. So I think this facility makes like 13,000. My other facility makes like 35 or something like that. And then I'm getting 16,500 boost. And I also have a geothermal generator on every geyser. Oh, what did that say? Waiting for your throughput monitors to calibrate. You tell me how much plastic you're making. You need a second. 1,600 a minute. Hefty, dude. Yeah, my new layout at my new place, I'm going to be making like 3,000 rubber and 3,000 plastic, and I'll have 400 generators powered by rocket fuel. That's the plan. Which is probably way too much, but that's fine. It should give me like 200,000 megawatts. And that should be enough to get me through phase 4, and then I think I'm going to start on nuclear power before I do phase 5. We'll see though. Since we're going around looking at stuff, why don't I show you my main base? You're skipping nuclear power. Yeah, some people do that, I've heard. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have 1,000,000 megawatts from your rocket fuel plant, why build a power plant? I feel like, honestly, the return in investment needs to be higher on nuclear power. This here is my main base. Gotta get a good view up here. This is my current clusterfuck. So this is what I'm recreating at the vault right now. Is that building in the middle. That building in the middle is the current storage funnel, where all of these exterior buildings are all making my different products and sending them into that center building. And then it all comes through that network of belts into the manufacturing building there. So like that's wire, cable, and quick wire. That's copper sheets. That's concrete and encased beams. That's screws, rods, and plates. Quartz and silica. That's steel pipes and steel beams. Look at your main base. Let's see. You hate this. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Look at this. I've got my own spaghetti here. Look at my spaghetti. I feel you, brother. I feel you. My base was worse too, and then I started to clean it up with these pillars. Putting these pillars in actually helped a lot for like, it's still kind of spaghetti, but it looks way cleaner. I like them way better than the conveyor poles too, using pillars like that. Way more attachment points, and you can put the belts like all curved. Obviously, I'll never recreate it like I did this one. I just slapped this one together. This one is really bad. But look at this here. Ooh, pretty. Almost none of it is moving because I'm just making way too much. I could set up a bunch of sinks, but I just don't care. I already have a lot of tickets. And then you want to see all of my spaghetti that's in here. This is the belly of the beast, where I just run full lines into every machine, and then I'll just chuck on a smart splitter and overflow the pipes and like run that way over to and up into the floor into some other machine. And then there's more pipes going off over there. And like then I have like these stators are coming up and then they're going over there, and there's rotors coming down. Or wait, no, these rotors are coming. The rotors come over here and then they go in a splitter. And then they go off to two separate productions. Everything is all jammed in here. It's reinforced iron plates over here, and those go over into this storage. And there's a dimensional depot, and they come over here, and then they make modular frames, and then some of them overflow and then go up here. And I think those go to crystal oscillators or something. Over here is like project parts. And this is a bunch of sinks, sink in overflow stuff. And then like in here, we're like, look at this. You can barely see very far, like there's just so many belts. Like I'm making all these circuit boards which all come out here, and some of them go forward into the storage, and then they like come out of the storage and they go up into these splitters, and some of them go into these manufacturers and some of them go into these manufacturers. They make computers and high-speed connectors, and all that stuff comes over and then goes up and splits and goes off. Big messy, yeah. Yeah, it's extremely productive. It's almost all like 100% on these heavy modular frames. 100% on the crystal oscillators. 100% on those computers. I think the only thing in this building that's not running 100% is this stuff that's making project parts.
because I turned off the project parts. So I think those are just off. And then this building here, because it's bottlenecked by computers, but this whole thing is supercomputers, and my depot is full of supercomputers. So I don't even care. And everything else up here should be running 100%, making like cooling systems and 0.75 turbo motors per minute. Because, like, why not? Why do I need more than 0.75 turbo motors per minute? I've got 2,000 of them. But then you see why now that I've decided to restart everything from base with the vault and the forge and stuff, is because all of my production is culminated in 0.75 turbo motors per minute. And less than 2 supercomputers a minute, because that's going at 30%. You're getting plenty of radio control units. Syncing a bunch of stuff. I got like 200 coupons again, plus my 400 I got in there. So we're laughing. Try to make 4 of each space elevator part a minute. In temporary factories. Yeah, that's fair. My first ones I was making, I think I had like 2 machines of each part in like the first couple of phases. And then in this one I'm making 3, I was making 3 adaptive control units per minute. Then I was making 2 modular engines per minute. And what was I having down here? I had, I think I was making 20 versatile framework per minute. These might not all been running at full efficiency though. My plan is to make, I can't remember how many, but I have it all planned out in like Satisfactory calculator, I think. This building is where it starts to get really messy too. This is another reason I restarted. Is because like the first 2 floors of this building are like this. They're like nice and clean inputs. Bunch of storage, dimensional depots. Put your Novelist factory in the Discord too. Okay, I'll check it out in a second. Yeah, and then this is like, you know, second floor of my storage depot, which is again like nice and organized. There's still more screws on the second floor. There's like all the steel and quick wire, concrete, all this stuff going out. It's all nice and organized. But then I started to like add the drone ports and like more and more resources. And I was just like, oh, I'm so close to unlocking all the next like technology and stuff that I just started like slapping all this shit on here. And as you can see, it's a little spaghetti now. So I don't even want to try to clean all this up. I just restarting. And that's what the vault is. Yeah, let's check out this Nobelisk factory. 200 Nobelisks per minute. Nice. That is a lot. That's a lot of Nobelisks. That's in fact an insane amount of Nobelisks.
I think you need like half a obelisk per minute. And as long as you fill up a storage that's in front of a depot, you're laughing. Let's see what I'm making. It's nowhere near that. I'm making 12.5 per minute. Oh, you have other players in your world from time to time. Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I have this thing underclocked at 7%. And still, it's making 17.5 turbo rifle ammo per minute. But, like, this was one package of turbo fuel, 1.05 per minute. So I was like, that's pretty good. And this is, like, it's way more than I'll ever use. Like, I've got 20,000 in there. Oh, I should be syncing that. Why am I not syncing it? Is that gonna fit? I don't think that's gonna work, is it? Well... World has a big problem. You only have 299 packaged turbo fuel left for my jetpack. And then what? You're totally out of turbo fuel or what? You don't have any more production? How's that work? And then no more hypertube cannon. What do you mean? I'm confused. I'm just like, how are you running out? How do you run out of turbo fuel? You're not packaging any anymore? Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, he made a temporary setup and removed it. That is a big problem. You gotta make a setup like I did where you're... my first one too is like, you don't need a ton, because like you're not using like you're probably not even using one per minute, to be honest. So if you just make a setup where you're just like siphon just like a tiny little bit off of your power plant and package it. Like if you do one per minute and set it up so it goes into a storage and then a depot, then you'll have like thousands stacking up over time. Like if you just sit there for an hour, you're gonna have, you know, 60. And before you know it, you'll have a ton. If you have 5 people, then do 5 a minute, you know what I mean? I'm getting almost 1.2 million points a minute. Not bad. One thing about Phase 5? Sure, go ahead. Say as many things as you want. I need 1,000 nuclear pasta? No, I don't. I've seen the Smash Frog videos. I've seen the Smash Frog videos. I'm not making 1,000 nuclear pasta. Or do you mean 1,000 in total? Oh, we used some rocket fuel. Huh. Weird. I guess one of the drones just unloaded and that took a load. Alright, time to actually do some work. Just been running around talking for like 2 hours. It's in there. I'm not super worried about it. I do need to plan a road network. 1,000 past a total? Oh, okay. Boy, did I ever build way too much shit here. Hey, there's a living guy in that brick. So many foundations. Why did I put so many foundations down? Why did I do this? If I dare turn on the machine of doom again? I don't know. Do you dare? What's the machine of doom? What's gonna happen? Look at Discord. Oh, nice. You got your 1,000 pasta done. Decent. Oh, in a different channel. 0 to 26,000 megawatts. Wow. What the heck? That power grid is hilarious. I wish I had that many power shoot shards. I've seen Kibit's video of like all of his like hundreds of thousands of power shards. Hey, do you know if trees and stuff respawn? If I don't have any buildables near them, they should, right? Trees do not respawn. It's too bad. Only enemies. That is too dang bad, and beans. Of course the beans respawn. Okay. Let's go up top of the vault and get a look here. Yeah, Kibitz's peak. I've seen a bunch of his videos. So I think the road's gonna go here. It's gonna go down there. And we're gonna have manufacturing facilities. I've seen a couple of his live streams. He seems to be always streaming at weird times though, so I don't always catch him. So I think here on this stuff, I'm gonna cover this with basic production, where we're gonna make like reinforced plates, modular frames, heavy modular frames, only on Friday. Oh, that's why. And then down there, we're gonna make motors and stuff. And then maybe right there, we'll make electronics. And then maybe we make the road wind around. So I want the space elevator to be like there.
There was one Saturday stream, but that was a one-time thing. I see. All right, so let's see, let's plan our road. It's gonna come down here. Ooh, did we bring it right down there? It's gonna cross over this waterfall. It's gonna come from over there. It's gonna go down here. Okay, that should be a good height for this area. Okay. Oh, wait. That's too low. Maybe we'll be here. Check Discord again. Is that you downloaded his world? That's in his power plant? Something like that? Nice, that's cool. I wish I could do that with my PlayStation. But apparently the game versions are super different, so there's no crossplay or anything. I can't use PC blueprints or any of that. It's too bad. Sad. Let me quickly get out of his world. That PC's dying. Yeah, I believe it. He's probably got an insane computer to have all that shit. Like his world is crazy. Shit. Guess I'll just paint all these ones. No, there's no cross-platform at all. Unfortunately. PC cannot play with console gamers. Hopefully, but I don't think so. When I searched it up, they said that it says that like the game architectures are different, so it's like the two games are running on separate frameworks, and like they would probably have to rebuild the console version from the ground up for it to be able to play with PC or something like that. It seems dumb to me that they would ever do that, but I guess if that's how it has to be for the game to exist, I can't really complain because I wouldn't be playing otherwise. Yeah, it kind of sucks when you've got like a bunch of friends that play the game and then they're all like, oh yeah, we all have a Satisfactory world. And I'm like, oh sweet, I'll join you guys.
And then we're all like, yeah, let's play together. And then you, like, look and you're like, oh, actually, never mind, guys. We're not gonna play together. Like, it's pretty disappointing. But what can you do? Yeah, still a great game either way. Can't complain. I've spent like 500 hours playing it, so it's pretty sweet. And like there's building systems in this game that are like just not in other games that are really nice. Like being able to zoop and the blueprinting and stuff like that is awesome. Yeah, I feel you. I try to break up my Satisfactory with some other games here and there because like you say, you can burn out pretty easy. Especially building like mega structures, it really can burn you out because you're there building and working for so long and you never get your like rewarding feeling of like, yeah, now this works good, you know what I mean? So it's very much like a thankless task until the very end. The way I was explaining it to a guy at work, it's like most games you're getting like a regular supply of like dopamine reward from what you're doing. Satisfactory is like you take on a bigger challenge and it's like you starve yourself of the dopamine, and then when you finally get it when the challenge is complete, then you're good. I it's funny that you say that because I have like so many different types of 5x5 blueprints, like coated floors and concrete floors and fix-it floors. Why not make a road blueprint? why, why? Probably because it's 11:45 and I need to go to bed. That's probably why. Yeah, I probably should, but I'm just rambling and talking. Also, sometimes that's kind of my process, is to like just kind of build everything out and see how it looks and then see where I need to add stuff. But yeah, I should probably hop off for the night. Yeah, trust me, I have a lot of blueprints. Made a lot of blueprints. I have a lot that I need to sort out too. Actually, these blueprints here, from here to like here to this yellow one, these first 4 rows, and then actually down here there's also these 4 blueprints. All of those were used inside the vault. All of these catwalks and stuff are just like fucking 20 different blueprints. And these. And this. I use blueprints a lot, but yeah, it's time to go to sleep. The more I talk, the worse I do things. Also, doesn't help. Yeah, thanks, man. I will. I'm gonna eat some food and go to sleep. Go to work tomorrow. You have a good rest of your night also. And thanks everybody for watching.
Next stream will be tomorrow. I will. I get off work at 3:30 my time, and then I'll usually get on stream like 5 or 6, unless something happens then a bit later. But yeah, definitely tomorrow. I stream pretty much every day, except weekends. I might take a day off, but I think I've been streaming every day for a while. So yes, sir. Tomorrow afternoon, evening. You don't work tomorrow, so you'll be there. Awesome, dude. Well, I will see you there, brother. Again, have a good night, everybody. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching. I love you all. And you guys have a good night. Remember to save my game, because I turned off autosave. All right. Take care, everybody.